ever wondered what it would take to survive on another planet? Earth may be the only home we've known, but the thought of living on a distant world sparks our curiosity. From the scorching heat of Mercury to the icy depths of Neptune, every planet presents a unique set of challenges that would make survival extremely difficult. So, let's take a deeper dive into each planet and figure out what it would really take to survive beyond Earth. Let's start with Mercury, the closest planet to the Sun. Despite its small size, Mercury has some of the most extreme temperatures in our solar system, with daytime temperatures reaching a blistering 800 degrees Fahrenheit, 427 degrees Celsius, and nighttime lows dipping to a frigid minus 330 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 201 degrees Celsius. Surviving on this planet would be a test. The day-night cycle is incredibly long on Mercury, lasting about 88 Earth days, which means you'd face long, hot stretches of daylight followed by equally long, cold nights. One of the most significant challenges would be the lack of atmosphere. Without an atmosphere to trap heat or diffuse the sun's intense rays, you'd be directly exposed to the scorching heat during the day, and then vulnerable to the bone-chilling cold during the night. Your best chance for survival would be creating a shelter underground or in caves, where temperatures could be more stable and you'd be shielded from harmful radiation from the sun. And even if you could manage to stay warm, the lack of breathable air would make it impossible to survive without sophisticated equipment. Next, let's move to Venus, a planet often called Earth's sister planet, due to its similar size, but the comparison ends there. Venus is a hellish world with surface temperatures that can soar up to 900 degrees Fahrenheit, 475 degrees Celsius, which is hotter than Mercury. On Venus, the atmosphere is thick with carbon dioxide, with clouds of sulfuric acid that cause constant acid rain. The pressure at the surface is about 90 times that of Earth, meaning you would be crushed under the immense weight of the atmosphere. Surviving on Venus would require an immense amount of technology and ingenuity. You'd need a pressurized suit to withstand the crushing pressure, and advanced systems to filter out the sulfuric acid rain. And just like Mercury, Venus has no breathable atmosphere, so survival would require bringing your own oxygen. You could not walk on the surface of Venus, but theoretically, one might survive in the upper layers of the atmosphere, where conditions are slightly more tolerable. Still, the thick cloud cover would block most sunlight, creating an almost perpetual darkness. So, while Venus might seem like a potential candidate for exploration, it would be an incredibly hostile environment for humans. Now, let's come back to Earth, our beautiful green and blue home. Earth is a rare gem in the cosmos, perfectly positioned in the habitable zone where water can exist in liquid form, and life as we know it can thrive. From the varied ecosystems and temperate climates to the breathable atmosphere, Earth is the most hospitable place in our solar system for human survival. While Earth is the ideal planet for us, even here, we face challenges. Natural disasters, rising sea levels due to climate change, and the depletion of resources are just a few of the hurdles we face in the pursuit of survival. But as long as we have access to food, water, and shelter, we can generally make it work. The key to surviving on Earth is not just survival skills, but maintaining a sustainable balance with our environment. This is why Earth remains our best bet for long-term survival. Mars, the red planet, is our next stop. Mars has fascinated scientists and space enthusiasts for decades, and while it may not be an Earth-like paradise, it's considered the most viable option for human colonization. The surface of Mars is cold, with temperatures averaging around minus 80 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 60 degrees Celsius, and the atmosphere is mostly carbon dioxide, which is not breathable for humans. Despite its challenges, Mars has resources that could help support a colony, such as ice water beneath the surface, and the potential for growing food with the right technology. Surviving on Mars would require airtight habitats that can keep you warm and safe from the frigid cold. You'd also need a reliable oxygen source and efficient systems to grow food, perhaps using hydroponics or other advanced farming techniques. Mars lacks a magnetic field, meaning the planet is exposed to dangerous cosmic radiation, so your habitat would need to provide protection from radiation. This would be one of the biggest hurdles in creating a self-sustaining colony on Mars. Keeping the people inside safe from harmful radiation would be essential. But with the right technology, resources from Earth, and a lot of innovation, Mars could be a place for future human settlers, even if it requires massive effort. Jupiter is our next stop. And this gas giant is more than just a beautiful planet with its iconic Great Red Spot. Jupiter is made mostly of hydrogen and helium, with no solid surface to land on. The immense pressure and extreme radiation levels make it virtually impossible for human life to survive here. The atmosphere is filled with intense storms, lightning, and turbulence. Even if we could somehow send probes or floating cities to the upper layers of Jupiter's atmosphere, the lack of a surface and the intense radiation would make this a place humans simply cannot inhabit. Jupiter's moons, however, are a different story. Some of Jupiter's moons, like Europa, have subsurface oceans that could potentially harbor life. While survival on Jupiter itself is unthinkable, its moons could be prime candidates for further exploration. Saturn, like Jupiter, is another gas giant with no solid surface. Saturn's beautiful rings make it a majestic sight, but they don't make it any more hospitable. The extreme cold, radiation, and the lack of a surface would make it impossible for human life to thrive here. Survival on Saturn would require floating cities or space stations orbiting the planet, far from its inhospitable atmosphere. Uranus is another cold ice giant with temperatures reaching -370 degrees Fahrenheit, -223 degrees Celsius. Its atmosphere, composed mainly of hydrogen, helium, and methane, isn't breathable, and it lacks any solid ground for humans to walk on. The extreme cold and high winds would tear through any protective gear, and the planet's lack of a solid surface means that humans would have to stay far away. Finally, we reach Neptune, the most distant planet in our solar system. Neptune's winds reach speeds of over 1,200 miles per hour, 2,000 kilometers per hour, and temperatures can dip to -392 degrees Fahrenheit, -235 degrees. Like Uranus, Neptune's atmosphere is made of hydrogen, helium, and methane, making it unsuitable for human life. The constant storms, high winds, and lack of solid ground make Neptune a place we can only explore with advanced spacecraft, but not survive on. While the idea of surviving on another planet is exciting, the harsh realities of most planets in our solar system remind us that Earth is truly one of a kind. Despite the technological advances, we have yet to find another planet capable of supporting human life in the way that Earth does. As we continue to explore our solar system and beyond, maybe one day, humans will settle on distant planets or moons. But for now, Earth remains our one and only home. Thanks for joining me on this cosmic journey. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below on which planet you'd like to visit or explore further. Until next time, keep dreaming and keep exploring the stars.